Welcome back everyone to my Master of Orion Revenge of Antares Let's Play, playing with the Gnolam League on extreme difficulty. So by the end of the last video I actually showed a couple of alliances that I could potentially pick up, and that would be very important if I were to aim for the diplomatic victory. And as you can see here, I should definitely now be thinking about which victory type to go for. When I'm playing 4X games, I pretty much always go for whatever I believe will be the quickest way to win. And I do actually believe that the diplomatic victory is going to be the quickest in this instance. That's going to be usually the case actually in Master of Orion out of all of these options, or the economic victory. The technological victory and the Antarans victory are really, you have to get to the end of the tech tree, I believe, to, well, definitely with that one, to really win via those methods, and I'm a long way away from that still. And conquest victory is almost impossible really on a large map to wipe out everyone before triggering another victory type, especially the diplomatic victory type, because it depends so much on population. And the score victory is, well, I wouldn't even call that a victory, to be honest. It's you fail at the game basically if you have to win by that method. But yeah, diplomatic victory is the way I'm going to go by looks of things. And in between videos I actually did something about that. I picked up both alliances I was thinking of getting. So I did the deals that I actually showed at the end of the last video. I believe it was antimatter bomb and pulsar missiles with the Terrans. I was able to get about 400 odd credits off them as well. And the Trilarians, I had to give those techs and also powered armor, which I really didn't want to give them, but yeah, the eyes wouldn't take any other techs, even though I've got a lot of techs that they lack. I got about 525 credits off the Trilarians, I think it was, as well. So I now have their votes, at least if either of those don't end up as being the second place in the council votes. So it's actually important I keep someone above them. And luckily for us, the Illyrians are actually above them currently. So the next council vote, I believe, is about 10 turns away. I'm going to try and take out as much of the Sacra as possible in that time. And I need 2/3 of the vote to win. Not sure if it, yeah, it actually does mention there 2/3 of the votes. I counted up the votes before starting to record, and there's 616, I believe. Now, something that's particularly interesting is if we come into the Clacon screen.
We greet you.
I do have rather good relations with them.
The Hive does not covet. We ask only a fair trade.
And we could actually get an alliance with them as well, but this would cost an absolute fortune. So if I were to do this, I would want to do it last minute. Now, if I could get their votes on top, that's another 100 votes.
We part ways.
I believe that would take me to 395, and 2/3 of 616 is about 411-ish, I think. So we're really on the verge of potentially winning in 10 turns even, if I were able to do that. The issue is, how do I keep the Clacon happy? Now, currently, I am actually spying on a Clacon. If I were to get caught, that would affect relations pretty badly, but a lot of my spies are actually pretty deep into their missions. I've got 2 steel missions off attack. That one's recently started, but he has infiltrated, which takes time, as you can see here. And I've also got one on a colony, which is almost finished as well. So I really don't want to bring those spies back. I don't think I'm going to either, so I'd say it's very unlikely I'm going to win in about 10 turns, but it's an outside bet. More likely is going to be, I think the next vote would be 40 turns away, and if I can't win by that one, I'd probably win by an economic victory, I imagine. Anyway, the one thing I do want to do this turn though is actually move a spy. I've got a couple of things left to do. Let's take this level 5, which I believe is the cap as well for spies. I'm going to get this guy to be recalled. I'm not going to hack the Sacra after all. Yeah, it takes a turn there. I am going to get him to infiltrate the Immersions next turn. They only have 1 colony. I could destroy them, and that would be 10 less votes basically if that were to happen, but Won't be able to do that within 10 turns. I've got a bit of movement. I am going to be coming down here. There's a lot of planets that branch off. Let's stick that there. I made a transport recently. I think I will bring it down here. Don't think I needed to upgrade. I hope I didn't, because can't now. And I've got a frigate there. Let's bring that up there as well. I rejigged a bit of population here and there in between videos as well. This is the first video I'm recording in 2017, so Happy New Year to you as well. If you're watching this in August, that's not gonna feel quite right, I guess, but yeah.
You cause much consternation among the Hive.
Right, yes, we got caught already, which is an issue. Our relations have gone down. Right, I had a feeling this would happen. I am going to decline because, yeah, it's a, well, it's already, it was a big outshot, I think, winning in 9-10 turns, and
Your self-interest
it's going to be even more so now.
pitiable.
Okay. They were captured at the Steel mission. Let's actually come into the Clacon. Yeah. Not even sure you get another Diplo hit actually each time you're caught. So I should be able to increase our relations when I get another trade deal with them.
We greet
Hopefully
you.
it comes within the next 10
We are
turns.
listening. The Hive does not
Brilliant.
covet.
Okay.
We ask only a fair trade.
They would still accept an alliance. So that's still on that victory type. I'm really glad I decided not to withdraw my
We
spies
part
now.
ways.
Thought, yeah, that may have been a big mistake on my part, but it turns out it hasn't been. Okay, so it's still potentially viable. Let's do the automated movement this turn. Clacons are around here as well. They moved up there and it looks like they're going back. We do have non-aggression, of course, with them though. Right, so the steel failed. I'm going to have to buy back that spy shortly. And I've got some things to update on my build list. Okay, so the Clacon went 98 credits for that spy that just failed the mission. So let's get them
We are
back.
rejoiced.
Okay,
We part ways.
and let's do the espionage this turn then. So that guy's going to come back in a turn, he should do. Now I also last turn got this level 5 guy back, so let's infiltrate the Mercian, which I believe I mentioned I was going to do. So let's start that mission. So it's going to take 8 turns to infiltrate, then I'm going to have to infiltrate colony, then I'm going to have to infiltrate their last colony. It's pretty unlikely and it's going to take a while, but yeah, I should probably do it, since the Terrans, even though they're at war with them, looks like they're going to take a while before conquering it. Well, they haven't yet, so probably will do before that happens, hopefully anyway. Right, so I've got a few things left this turn. I've done the build list, there wasn't that much to update. I haven't bought anything yet, but I intend to. So might as well do that now actually. So something I realized in between videos is there was something added in a recent patch, and I'm actually using a new patch again this time round. They added a 10 more patch bug fixes and a hot fix, an update to the patch. No, not particularly stood out that I can remember, but it's good nonetheless. Right, so I can make more transports here, and I think that's what I want to do. So let's add in this. And you can see down here there's a quantity option. So I'm actually going to make use of this. How about 4? Let's try that out. Now before I was just doing 1 per turn. And I can buy 4 straight away, and I believe hopefully it would only take 1 turn for me to get them. You know what? Let's do more than 4. I think, not sure how much these cost, but it didn't seem, yeah, I think I can do more than that. So, oh, there's a cap. So you can only get 5. I think I'm going to do that. I wouldn't mind getting some frigates with bombs on, which I should probably rename to bombers actually at some stage. Might buy them next perhaps, since we're earning so much. But yeah, let's by them this turn. Okay. So it should get the 5 there next turn. I think there's a transport that was actually completed. What have I got here? I've got just one transport, but yeah, let's make a trip down here. I could still do with actually buying a better fleet, some more cruisers. Doesn't look like there's an awful lot down here. There's a volcanic planet here with a moon, so actually that planet also has a moon. So I can do similar with them here that I've done with Opus Prime actually, by building geosynchronous warehouse and the orbital shipyard on those moon planets. And that finished the laboratory this turn there. I'm going to need some factories actually for jump gates soon, so I should probably position these, but there's an asteroid down here I want to pick up as well actually, so maybe I should do that. Yeah, I'll probably add in some space factories into my build list in a couple of turns. This frigate, there's an outpost there, so I can't get into here, but they're actually arrived there now. Let's come over to there. Maybe I should have sent a transport down here, but I think I'll bomb it and recolonize. You know what? With needing population, I should probably take it coming up. I don't think I'm going to spend that. No, I'm going to save it. Right, there's bound to be something I should have find in that list, though. Okay, the place Mulban, I had a planet there which was making transport. It's so far away. I'm making a colony ship at the moment because it's near this pop cap. You shouldn't waste your population. If you're not growing, you should probably be making colonies or civil transports. And in fact, I've got some of my new Sacra worlds doing that. Right, so that's still there. None of my allies are declaring war on each other, which is good. Let's do the automated movement this turn. What's that? Scout. Okay. If we look here, yeah, it doesn't look like the Sacra are building up all that quickly. Destroyer there. There's a cruiser there. That could be an issue. Oops. Has my fleet arrived down here already? It has, okay. Threatening fleet. Right. Did all 5 of those complete in a turn? Yes, they did. Wow, that is huge. Okay. So we can get ships out really friggin' quickly. If I probably don't need to bomb all out. I should just be taking planets. I don't think I need to buy a lot of frigates unless they got shields on their planets, but I don't think they have. Certainly not ones that stop transports anyway. So let's do some combat this turn then. They've actually moved their fleet onto the outpost, which is going to help me significantly. Let's attack. And I'm trying to think what would be the best for me to do here. I'm going to take command. Okay, one might see in a battle. The issue is with MIRVs though. If they have a ton of MIRV missiles, it's best to do the automated, arguably. Since, I think I've mentioned this before. It's only bugged in the actual combat bit. There's a shitload of nebula here, which reduces shields, and there's an outpost which is probably in range. So I'm wishing now I'd done the automated combat. Okay, alright, let's have a look what they've got anyway. Okay, I think I'm going to pull back. I'm probably going to get shot a bit by the outpost, I imagine. I don't know how good its range is, but shooting through nebula should mean it's less likely to hit. Right, let's try it out then. So let's just select a lot and click over here, and then I'll figure out formation in a bit, I think. Okay, so yeah, it's going for that, which isn't a massive issue. It's missiles incoming. Okay. Right, I think, yeah, that's starting to look like it was the right strategy. Okay, I'm said that we're still getting shot at. Okay. think maybe I should bring a skirmish ship up here to deal with the missiles. So where the hell is it? There it is. Right. These... Let's try that one out. I haven't tried this out yet. Got that which can speed up as well. Let's bring it over here. Okay, I think I've pretty much moved my fleet into the position where I want it. They've been shooting a bit at my cruisers, but my shields are fine. I don't believe... Well, do they have mass drivers? I should have checked that actually. They do, but it's only point defense, so they're not going through my shields. There are modules later on, like hard shields, which prevent mass driver type penetration through shields, and also shields that also prevent nebulas from stopping shields from working, but I don't have those yet. Let's get my cruisers to attack that. I think I'll just keep it on that one. That is ship speed, which one wouldn't be a bad idea actually, so let's get that. The other one was cooldown. Let's get that into place. Okay, and that can target those missiles unless they moves, and then they're just gonna go through my shields like that. Oops, so maybe it does have moves after all. Let's attack that and select that formation, and the frigate can go there. That one, you know what, let's wait for the shields to come back. Okay, I don't think they're an issue at all really. I should be able to deal with them. These, yeah, that defenses should be enough. Okay. Right, that guy's shield's actually back already. Well, let's target them. Okay. I think... Let's target those. Okay. Choose that as well. Sure, that added a bit of damage then off something, I'm not sure what. Right, I've got Dauntless, so they retarget if the initial target is killed. So let's see how that works. My transport down there is fine, don't know what's going on with that missile over there. Let's target that. Okay. Do I still have fighters on some of these cruisers? I might do. Probably making hard work of this, but yeah, it looks like we took them out. If I did take any hit point damage, it wasn't much. Maybe. Okay. Right, so that's the combat for the turn. So next turn I can invade one of these, hopefully. I'm going to figure out what I'm spending my money on, I think. Might be buying some ships. Okay, I've got a spy to do something with this turn, I believe, so I want to keep it at 20%. I can move that level 3 guy though, so let's infiltrate an empire. I'm actually going to infiltrate the Illyrians. This is breaking a promise. Hopefully we're not caught, but we might be. Okay, so that's gonna be, well, take a little while. This planet here, I'm thinking about buying a farm on it. I would actually like to buy a frigate, but I need 2k to do that. I got a tiny bit of movement left this turn. That civil transport reached here. Let's unload on Tindalos. Let's stick him on there. That Mercian. What's left? That frigate. Let's come down here. Sadly, that's Terran, so I can't bomb that. But I believe that is Sacra, so I can do that and take out the factory there as well. Now these combat ships actually arrived down here. Let's take out... this doesn't seem like there's any defenses there. So let's check it out. 7 structures, actually quite a bit. It's going to take a while to bomb down actually, but yeah, I might as well start unless I want to get a transport down here. Don't think I do. Oh wow, okay, so it just targeted the population. If I take out one more population, I think that's wiped out, regardless of structures. Right, that's all the movement. There's a couple of bits I did as well. I brought those transports there. Let's buy this farm then, so it doesn't starve. That's 384. Okay, and what else I've got to do? There's probably something in here, but yeah, I'm going to save up for cruiser next turn, I think. Reinforce this bit. Okay, so next turn. Okay, there's a star base there. I wonder what's on here. I'll have to find out in a second. Looks like I got some ships up here I'll have to check out. Right, looks like events, that's a clack on place. Oh wow, if there's one tech I definitely wanted to steal, it's stealth suit. This is pretty important. I'll show that shortly. A leader has leveled up because they've got enough experience. Now both of these are really frigging good, but I think I earn most, well, arguably I think this is better now. That's probably better long term, but I think I'm going to take now. So let's get extra trade treaty income, an extra 5% here rather than extra 2% of empire credits. I think that's just population, not 100% sure to be honest. Let's take that. Okay, so what is my current trade income? It's 644 of my credits, and my colonies produce 671. So I think that was the best option out of those. Okay, so what I forgot to do? Let's do the automated movement. Right, transports come down there. That's a bit of an issue that they got a frigate there. If we check that, yeah, nothing is there, so I can take that this turn. Assume I got enough transports. Let's have a look here. Destroyers, frigates. More destroyers and frigates. Let's say build up into one big fleet. They're not going to be able to take out my fleet. So I'm probably going to buy a cruiser there this turn. But for now, I'm going to update my build list to my espionage and do a bit of the lesser important movement. If you're wondering what that stealth suit technology was, it lowers the mission risk by 25%. So that's going to be very, very useful if the game lasts long enough, because I'll be wanting to revolt certain worlds more than likely. And I've actually started on that already with one spy. So on Malachau 2, that's started. It's going to take 15 turns before there's a chance of that happening, so it will be after the next election, which yeah, if basically I don't win next time round, then it means I probably won't have allied with the Clacon, I imagine, so that will be useful then. Right, so I got tiny bits of movement left this turn. This frigate, let's bring it over here. And what else? Right, let's keep on bombing this, so that got population back, sadly. But yeah, that's getting wrecked. What else? There's transports there. I think I should probably figure out this situation first, though I'm more than likely about to buy a cruiser. Let's move... How many troop transport got? 2? One of them... Yeah, that one's moved, sadly. Right, let's bring that troop transport there. There's no defenses. So that should be able to attack. And yeah, there's no marines here either. So let's deploy. Yeah, we took that planet. Okay, excellent. It's actually high gravity, so they get minus 50% here. I think if I brought Gnolam population here, it would get minus 75%. There's actually a food problem, which I'm going to have to do something about more than likely. Let's stick those in the list, but I also kind of arguably want to be buying ships here as well, don't I, in a second. So, what can I do about that? It's only minus 1. But, yeah, I think I will have to buy a food building here. Okay, so they got a frigate here, which is actually a bit of an issue. It doesn't look like there's an outpost there. Those haven't grouped up. There's a planet over here that looks like, well, if I show this, yeah, there's nothing there. So I might bring a frigate to bomb that actually rather than take it. Or, having said that, I could just stick a transport over there, which I might do. I gotta protect that one transport, definitely. So I gotta leave some ships here. That's gonna take 2 turns to get down. You know what? I think I'll do that this turn. Right, looks like I've moved everything. I don't think there's any factories that I'd moved. Oh, hang on a sec, there is actually one. Let's build that asteroid. There, in fact, I've stuck some factories in the build list since we're going to get Warpgate tech soon. So that's how things are looking. Should I buy a cruiser then? I think I will. So let's spend money there. Let's, I guess, buy a farm there. I'm going to have to move a ship to protect that from the frigate. Or I could just bring everything to there this turn and attack that. That may even be a better idea. So let's figure this out. I think they got a star base, a missile base, and 1 frigate there. So yeah, I can easily take that out. Yeah, let's bring everything over to it then. Okay. Before I do that though, let's buy... I could buy biospheres instead, but no, I'll just buy that. Okay. So we're basically out of money now. Move those to there. Right. Yeah, let's move in everything here then. Okay. And let's attack. Excellent chance. There's no real damage here, is it? I'm gonna do an auto resolve because they're gonna have moves, definitely. Not sure if this is the right decision or not. I think I may have got some damage there actually. If we were to attack the colony, they have marines. I think 2 transports would be enough to take that. I'm guessing math-wise they don't have powered armor. So there's no point in me using the bombs. Yeah, I think so. I think next turn actually I get that troop transport down here with a frigate, perhaps, or some other combat ship, destroyer maybe. They can attack that. Then I've got to make a decision about do I go for that or that, I guess. Okay, so let's end the... Oh, why is that only on level 1 as well? Right, I need a spy to increase. Looks like you need more than 20%. Right, next turn.